So recently, people have been bringing into question DICE's priorities with Battlefield 4. People have been asking, do they know what they're doing? Are they prioritising the right things? Or are they just thinking more about money than they are about the game? And it is a very, very important question to ask, because a lot of companies in this situation forget Sergeant Calhoun's number one rule, that it's all about the game, and instead go ahead with just thinking about how they can get more money out of the game while trying to disguise it as doing something for the people playing it. So people have been asking, have DICE got their priorities right? And looking through the patch notes of recent patches and seeing what they're planning on fixing, what they're implementing, and using that as sort of a pointer along with how the game is currently performing so many months after launch, they use those parameters as a way of assessing whether or not DICE are getting their priorities right, and it's a good way of doing it as well. You know, you can look at what Battlefield 4 is like now and what Battlefield 4 was like when it was first released, and see where DICE have made changes and where they haven't yet, and think, you know, have they prioritised the right things? Now, I've been playing Battlefield 4 a lot again recently, and obviously with every patch you get a lot of people saying this patch has made the game worse, and you also get a lot of people saying this patch has actually made the game better. It seems very inconsistent, especially with PC, because everyone's running it on a different system, essentially. But there are indicators for me that perhaps certain things either aren't getting prioritised, you know, that is the one possibility. The other possibility is that it is prioritised, they just don't know how to fix it yet. One thing I've noticed is, if you want a good performance from the game, you have to stick to a small match, you know, sort of 24 to 28 man, which is fine for me because I love domination, so that's probably the best size for domination, you know, no more than 32 men, but I stick to 24 and 28 men. It seems when you go over that player count, that's when the network performance starts to sort of go on a bit of a downslide. And I've had a good discussion with this with my friends, and we've all come to a similar conclusion, which is the fact that DICE have basically tried to please everybody in the same game. They've tried to please the guys who want massive combat, the guys who want vehicles in the combat. You know, they've tried to get naval, air and land vehicles in the same match with 64 people around it. And so in satisfying everyone, they've not been able to iron out things and specify certain things and get things right, partly because of the fact they were rushed with the release. So in trying to satisfy everyone, they've had to sacrifice things like tick rate and, you know, things that make the online performance not as good. Now, we have heard that they are now working on fixing the tick rate, and again, people have been saying, well, come on, that should have been done from release, where's your priorities? The reality is, they've probably been working their asses off since release, trying to work out how to do it, and they've only just probably worked out a way of implementing a new tick rate to improve the game. Now for me, the online performance, what people call the netcode, in inverted commas, is not the biggest issue for me. It does get frustrating when you get killed while you're behind cover. For me, the most frustrating issue that it still worries me that has not been fixed is the one-hit kill bug. And the fact that they thought they could simply mask it by putting a headshot logo when you die. You know, say you got killed by a headshot, you think, oh, that must justify getting killed in one shot. Even if it is a headshot, people with an assault rifle should not be killing you in one shot with a headshot unless it's a SCAR and you're on hardcore mode. So people have been thinking, you know, why haven't DICE prioritised the one-hit kill bug? And again, it's making people think, have DICE got their priorities right? But again, I think the essential answer is, they are trying to prioritise it, but again, they just don't know how to do it yet, and they're working round the clock to try and think of a way to fix it. You know, anyone who has got any form of sense would have prioritised this straight away, which is what DICE have probably done. You know, they are prioritising the big issues, but it takes a long time to fix. Probably partly due to the fact that they were rushed on release. Had they given an extra couple of months, it probably would have been much smoother than it is now, because they would have been able to work on it round the clock without having to worry about keeping the game running stably for the people playing it. They've now got a two-part job, which is keeping the game running for the guys playing it while simultaneously trying to fix it, so it's made it very hard for them. And I think they are suffering from the fact that they've tried to do the right thing and tried to satisfy everyone, but they were just not given enough time to do that. So it is, in a way, quite a negative commentary, you know, talking about the bugs and talking about, you know, the one-hit kill bug, the network performance. But I don't want to be one of those guys who just sits here and rants and says, this is shit, that is shit. You've got to provide them with constructive, well-thought-out criticisms so they can work from it and try and get more productive in the way they respond and fix the game. Certain things have confused me that, you know, you're getting patches for things like buffing certain weapons. You know, they're trying to get the weapon balance right, but for me, the priorities have to be tick rate and one-hit kill bug, and in reality, they probably are. It's just taken them a very long time to get it sorted because it's integral to the way the game works. So at first glance it looks like DICE have got their priorities all wrong. In reality, it's probably more a case of they've got their priorities in the right order, but those things that they're prioritising take a lot longer than the smaller things we see implemented as we go along. On reflection, I think the game is starting to feel smoother than it did on launch, but it's still not perfect. So this started off as a discussion about DICE's priorities, whether or not they're right or not. I'm going to finish with a final thought, which is basically, keep things constructive. It's very easy just to say Battlefield 4 shit, tweet things at the Battlefield 4 devs saying this is shit, you're shit, you need to be fired. And those frustrations are completely understandable, I get them myself. But in order for the developers to help the game, and in order for us to reap the benefits of that, give them things to work from, tell them constructively what is wrong with the game and what we need to see fixed. I'm going to round it up anyway because I realise this has probably gone on for quite a long time and I get just as frustrated as you guys get with the game. But I want to hear your thoughts on this as well. This is another very hot topic. People are always discussing the bugs of Battlefield 4, whether or not the right things are getting prioritised. How do you think it's currently working, and how do you think DICE are currently working on things like the one-hit kill bug? Do you think it can be fixed? You know, some people think it just simply cannot. But leave me your thoughts down below. Please keep it constructive as well. Anything malicious, aggressive, or just unnecessarily nasty will be removed and you will be blocked. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, you all take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you all very soon.